Welcome back to TPI Tuesdays at Tatum Ranch with Tyler. So today we're going to be doing the deep squat assessment. It's one of the Titleist Performance Institute's coolest assessments, I think, and it's the most informative because not only is it measuring the symmetry of the hips, the knees, and the ankles, it actually is helping the mobility of the shoulders and your rib cage as well. So Tyler's going to hold on to a club right here, and what he's going to do is he's going to bring it way over his head. So really that's a test in itself. So Tyler, just hold it right up, kind of your ears are right between, and turn sideways a second so you can watch how Tyler is able to bring it here first. Some people can't even do that. So what he's going to do is he's going to hold it up right there, and he's just going to go ahead and squat back as low as he can. Boy, is he good. Woo! And then come back up slowly. Very nice. Okay, I'm going to have him do it again. He's passing, by the way, but I'm not quite sure because I'm not standing behind him. Go ahead and do it again. Perfect model right here. Okay, stand back up. Okay, I'm going to have him face away so you can see his back. Go ahead and do it again. What we're looking at is he even from his right side and his left side? And then back up. Very nice. He does have a slight anterior tilt naturally, but he's passing with flying colors. Now, go ahead and turn sideways again. What if he can't do it? So let's go ahead and watch him do it. If you are too tight in your legs, so go ahead and go down slowly. Slowly, yep, slowly. As long as you don't have any pain here, you can keep going. You can keep going. If you can get your hip to be parallel with your knee, you're passing, you're fine, you're good. You don't have to go the whole way down with him. If there's any pain in your ankle or your knee and your hip at all, stop. Do not bounce down like he did earlier. Okay, that's passing, that's good. Your goal is to get at least to parallel every time. Now, let's say you can get to parallel. Try it again sideways. But let's say when you sit down, your arms come forward. Oh, which is what I see a lot of. That means he is not very strong back here and not very flexible or mobile in his upper back. So come back up. If you can't do that, but maybe you can do the squat, go ahead and bring it right out in front, and I'll try it again. Tyler, do you think that's easier?
That's definitely easier.
Yeah, it's definitely easier to have the club way out in front of you, okay? So there's a lot of different ways you can approach that. All right, come back up. Perfect. So that shows that maybe his ankles could be tight, maybe his knees are tight, maybe his hips are tight, maybe his core is not turned on at all, and then maybe his upper body's kind of like a C curve or hunchy. Most of my golfers have one of those things going on, but we're going to go ahead and test a few more things. So let's say it's his ankles. Actually, let's figure it out. Go ahead and face me, and go ahead and just get down one knee kneeling. Yeah. All right. What you can do at home is you can go ahead and put a club just a couple inches in front of your foot and just lean forward and see if you can get your knee to go past your toe, keeping your heel down. If you can do that, then it's not your ankles, okay? But a lot of people can't. They'll start to kind of cheat their way through there. Try it one more time. Piece of cake. In fact, he could probably go way out here. So he's got some good mobility. If you have an ankle issue and that's stopping, here's what I want you to try to do. Tyler's going to go ahead and put his toes up there and let his heels hang off. Oh yeah. And then he's going to try to stand as tall as possible. Pretty good stretch of his ankles, huh? That is called dorsiflexion. Dorsiflexion. That you can flex your foot more than 90 degrees. Look at that. So that's very, very good. Now, we're not necessarily trying to get you stronger calves. So this can be considered up and down a couple times. Could be considered a calf raise. We don't care about that right now. We just want to make sure that they can stretch and you can lift your toes up higher than your ankle. Perfect. That's a good test. All right, come on down. So, let's look at his flexibility of his hips maybe. So go ahead and let's do butterfly. So we have our heel hang first. That rules out that it's not just your ankles, okay? This is called the butterfly. So what he's going to do is he's going to sit nice and tall and grab on your ankles. There we go. Yeah, grab them right here on your ankles and then just sit real tall and pull back there, okay? He's sitting real tall and he's trying to Now, yeah, go ahead and lean forward and push your elbows out on your knees. And then go ahead and just rock sideways. Yep, rock back and forth, back and forth. This is external rotation of the hips. Sometimes when you do a squat, you kind of start, your knees kind of come in. So this is working on flexibility of his hip joint. Very nice. Now go ahead and just put your hands behind you on the ground. Get them on the ground, just kind of prop yourself up. Now go ahead and lift your butt up just a little bit off the ground. Just lift that. Here's another one I like to do. I call this a distraction exercise a little bit. We're kind of distracting his inner thighs by putting his hands back, propping up, lifting his hips. Now go ahead and do a little rock. We're letting gravity weigh down on his knees. Okay, and then slowly just bring your hips back down, and then see if your knees go out wider or stay wider. Actually, they did it a little bit. It actually worked for you. Woo! Good job. This is a good one for him. This is one you can do more often, huh?
Mm-hmm. No doubt.
Good job. All right, come back up. We also want to go and make him stronger. So, if you're having trouble with that deep squat, what you could do too is a one-legged sit to stand. So go ahead and sit on here facing this way. You can sit down and relax a second. All right, so this is a little low from a lot of people. He's pretty tall too. You can always start with a chair that's a little bit higher than this, but he's young. He's strong. He can do this. Okay, so keep both feet flat. Bring both arms out there like this. And just try to stand up. And then sit back down. Stand back up. I'm going to add something to this. Go ahead and tuck under just a little bit. There we go. Now try it. I just kicked his abdominals in right. Now, he's making this look easy. I've got a lot of clients that have trouble with this. You may have trouble with this. If you're having trouble getting out of a chair without using your hands, I want you to start here. Okay, cross your arms over your chest and do it. And don't forget to breathe. Okay, put your hands right here. What I'm doing is progressing it to make it a little bit harder each time for him, so he's not using the weight of his arms to help him up. He's bringing behind. And he's doing a very good job. Perfectly fine. So now go ahead and have a seat. I'm going to make it harder. He's going to keep his left foot down. He's going to bring his right foot up. All right, you can do whatever you want with your arms. I don't care. Now he's going to try to stand up. Woo-hoo-hoo. Work on his balance too. And come back down slowly. And then back up. All of this can help you do your deep squat. Look at that. He's already doing that. Is a deep squat in itself. It's just a one-legged deep squat. If you can't do this, and you might need to switch legs, maybe kind of like it. If you're having trouble with this one, you can always use the other toe as a crutch. Go ahead and put this toe down very lightly. He's going to put 90% of his weight on the right. You can bring it back a little bit, and like 10% on that toe. Now try it. So you can kind of use that toe a little bit to guide him. This is a tough move. Good job. So this is a sit to stand. Now go ahead and stand up. I want him to work on his deceleration, not just sitting and plopping down. So now he's going to do a stand to sit. So go ahead and just lift up one foot and go down as slow as you possibly can. As slow as you possibly can. Notice how he naturally brings the hands forward a little bit. Good job. Good job. And then come back up. Good. And try again as slow as you possibly can. If you can't stand up at all, just do the stand to sits. That's really going to work in kind of an eccentric fashion, which means you're fighting gravity. Good job. Okay. All right. That's really, really good. All right. Let's say that he was having trouble with the deep squat with his hands up here and he was falling backwards. It could be that his core really wasn't strong enough. So go ahead and grab that. He's going to grab a 20-pound here. He's going to be sideways. And just hold it in front of you and go ahead and just go ahead and squat down.
Just like
can get down there now. So maybe it's a core issue. Good. As he gets stronger, we're going to drive the little one. Believe it or not, little Mr. 5 pounds here, this is harder. This is actually harder for him to do because now he doesn't have the weight of this helping him. Very nice job. Okay, so that was the deep squat. We could go into this. We're not going to get into that right now. We just want to see if you can actually get your hips as low as your knees, if not lower, okay, in that deep squat. Oh, there's one more thing too. The fun little waddle. Show the little waddle.
Okay.
Because he really likes doing the deep squat and he's so good at it, he's going to push his elbows inside his knees and push his knees out and just kind of waddle a little bit and get used to that. Now you heard a crack. Wow. All right, come on up. All right, there you go. There's your deep squat for TPI Tuesday with Tyler. Try that at home. Let me know. Let Tyler